same way I would say Chris Christie trapped a bunch of people on a frickin' bridge because he wasn't endorsed. He's a bully and he's a horrible human being. But I am actually glad to have him up on that stage saying what he's saying when people from Fox News and whatever are watching, because I do believe he can reach some people that you and I can't reach.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to talk about Chris Christie for a second, I told the audience this the other day, and they were kind of mad at me because they're like, don't give him any ideas. I'm like, look, no idea that I say is MAGA going to take and run with it. No fucking way. That's not going to happen. They're going to think that I'm the dumbest person on the planet for saying this stuff. Trust me. But I watched the clips of Chris Christie absolutely destroyed.
Which is key, by the way. You watch the clips the way I did, because
I'm not going to watch the
debate. The Eighth Amendment protects us, while we're talking about amendments, from cruel and unusual punishment.
Right.
And watching that Republican, you'd have to pull like Clockwork Orange on me with my arms like that to get me to watch. But I watched the clips too, and watching him kick Vivek Ramaswamy's ass is one of the most schadenfreude-filled experiences that you can have.
So I'll tell you, yesterday I showed that clip. And my take on it is, and a lot of people didn't like that I was saying this out loud, but it is the real raw truth. If MAGA and the Republicans plucked their head out of their ass, like they plucked it out of their ass, and they decided that Chris Christie could be the nominee, Chris Christie would beat Joe Biden. And the reason why he would beat Joe Biden is because of the performance that he had against Vivek Ramaswamy, Poop Matt Ron, and how he fucking co-opted Nikki Haley's voters to come to his side.
He's
a master. He's a master.
You can say whatever you want. He won it. He found a way that first term, in the beginning there, to win in Democratic New Jersey, which no Republican has done for governor for a while besides him. What he did there. I mean, again, and I'll criticize him to the end. What an evil!
Yes, he's a scumbag. Chris Christie's a scumbag.
That was a masterstroke to get in and defend Nikki Haley, to try to win some of her people and sound more moderate, and then wedge some of them away, and then go after Ramaswamy's extreme. He, in a way, he's making it like Nikki Haley can't defend herself. I'll defend her, and Ramaswamy's a piece of crap, and he's positioning himself right in the middle there. And I wouldn't go so far to say that, because I think if the economic record comes out, it can help Biden. I wouldn't go so far as to say he would definitely beat him, but I would be really scared of Chris Christie as their nominee. And I would actually say I would probably give him the advantage over Biden. I would agree with that.
I definitely, especially in the middle of the country and the places like we're from, they love this tough guy thing. Even though it doesn't make a lot of sense, they love the tough guy thing. That's what they love about Trump. And I want to point out that I do not discourage dissent here on the show. That is why I welcome the argument between me and you about how we stand for Liz, what Liz Cheney and how she's doing it. But Snowden says here, I don't agree with Tony, and I think she's not agreeing because of Chris Christie. And I'm not saying it because that's what I want. What I'm saying is that what you have to understand about MAGA and where they're at in the cult and the Republican Party is they are standing there looking at someone who could beat Biden, and they're choosing the person that will definitely lose to Biden.
Yep.
And it's because of their delusion and their cognitive dissonance. And folks, that's what my optimism is. And I don't.
They're in a cult. I mean, again, they're
very optimistic about 2024.
I am too. They can't think any other way. And already abortion rights has moved the dial by 7 points on average in any different district or any different. So you've got that. The attacks on democracy, absolutely. The economy is, at some point, the people are feeling it more and more. So it's less important for the media to report it. But at some point, when we have record-breaking month after record-breaking month, we have this amazing economy, it's going to have to be covered. And I really do think at that point, we're in great shape. And I even think we're in great shape to beat those two aliens, Ted Cruz and Rick Scott, those scumbags, because I do think a 7-point shift, if it happens in Florida and Texas, some other states, not good enough. Is it enough to beat Hawley in your state? I'm not sure. I hope it is. But,
it depends on the candidate, who the candidate is here in Missouri.
To protect most of our candidates and to beat Rick Scott and to beat Ted Cruz. And so, yes, I've got optimism about this stuff going forward, too. And thankfully, you are right. They are too crazy. They will not pick the one guy who I think would have by far the best shot at winning. The one place I will disagree with you is when you say that you allow dissent on this show. I just want to warn everybody. Like, you see me sitting here right now, but you could have a body double here in 2 weeks, like with Fetterman. And what happens is Tony, sent me down to Gitmo, and I'm locked down there, and you just don't know it. There's a Fetterman type body double of Cliff Schecter sitting here, so don't fall for it.
Yeah, that's right.
After this over, that vengeful bastard is going to have.
It is. I'm telling you, I'm gonna replace Cliff with AI and have the Cliff who doesn't dissent here on the show and send the other one to get him. Cliff, I love having you on, and I'm glad we got to talk about, because I wanted to talk about Grandpa Poopy Pants's admitting that we are a democracy, even though he kind of did it weirdly. He did admit that we are, and that he wants to undermine it. That's
Cliff
the
Schecter
projection.
is really happy about that.
Well,
see, I can talk about myself in the third person, just like Donald J. Trump can.
Are you president, though? Are you President Cliff Schecter? Is that
President Cliff Schecter is really president right now?
I mean, everyone who's not a president says they're a president, so why not? You're President Cliff Schecter. President Cliff Schecter, tell the audience where they can find President Cliff Schecter and all his authoritarian content.
All of my fascism you can find. The place that I'm trying to build up the most is the YouTube.